I don't go outside. This is my battlefield, fighting alone every single day. No one sees it, but I keep going. Slow is fine, stopping is fine. Just move forward. Hikikomori hero, still standing. This is just a podcast.
I only eat tofu for lunch every day. I put soybeans in a grinder to make a liquid and add it. I'm actually good at math, but I felt like something was very strange. However, when I calculated it a different way, it wasn't as different as I thought. A strange things happened. It cost much less money than I thought. I realized that if I buy 10 kilograms of soybeans, I can use them for a whole year. It only costs 30 yen per meal. When I tried another way to calculate it, the numbers weren't that far from what I first expected. Now I'm not sure if my first idea was right. Next, I wanna say this before I forget. Sometimes people who don't run a curry shop make professional curry by mixing spices. I always felt something was a bit off about that. I thought about it, and there's probably a basic rule that if you mix this much of this and that much of that, it tastes good. There might be dozens of ways to mix them, but the result is usually simple. It looks complex, but it's mostly the same. The rules are usually set. I feel like things that look too complex are actually simple. Pre-made curry like golden curry use over 10 spices, so it's already decided that it tastes good. If you research for this decade, it might get better. But after a point, it's just for your own satisfaction. People in idea understand this. They know that whether it's good or not is up to the person eating it. They just leave it to luck. I think that's right way. Using many spices make it look professional and tasty. But unless you find a totally new mix, it's not that special. You can find those patterns on the internet, so it's just for self-satisfaction. People think they are doing research, but buying pre-made curry from a big company that has researched it for years is definitely tastier. Next, I've seen fathers on TV crying because their daughter got married and they feel like she was taken away. But isn't it saying two different things? To be happy when a grandchild is born, marriage lead to children and the future. If you are sad about the marriage and even sadder about the baby, I could understand that. But being sad about the marriage and happy about the baby feels like saying two different things. It feels too convenient. I also felt something was off at wedding when the couple act extra close. It feels like they are trying too hard to show they're in love, which isn't natural. Everyone knows a couple getting married in clothes. So showing it off in front of people feels pretty boring. I thought about what I'd do. I think I'd just talk to the other person and not notice anyone else. That might sound like I'm saying two different things now, but I feel like that's the only way it doesn't look weird. Watching people just act normally close is boring. They should either look like no one else is there, or just act next. I don't really understand feeling lonely when a daughter or son get married. I understand feeling lonely when they leave the house, but they might get married after leaving anyway. Some say their daughter was taken by another man, but you are not her boyfriend or husband. Unless they move to another country, they are only coming back once a year anyway. And you can still call or email. Is it just a biological feeling? Talking about that, I've been thinking about something lately. For example, feeling angry is normal for an animal, but using violence is wrong. This is where things get mixed up for humans living in society. As an animal, violence is okay, but as a human in society, you can't be around others if you don't do that. When I see people doing things, I realize it's not interesting if I just see them as animals doing animal things, but as humans, there are special feelings. As an animal, feelings angry is normal, but as a human, it's bad to get angry and use violence suddenly. I've been watching interview on YouTube lately. They are naturally interesting, but when I see them as an animal, I lose interest immediately. But as human, I find new things about them. And next, I saw a video today about son acting cold toward his father. The son was very fat and acted like his father didn't exist. It made me feel sad because I wondered if I was like that in the past. Moving on, the background music was so popular, and I was moved by such a small things. Life feels so pointless that small things like this make me feel something. I realize I'm minimalist. In school, I didn't buy snacks or things I wanted. I didn't buy own my own box or clothes. I don't like doing things that aren't needed. I only find meaning in things that are necessary. I don't wanna do things now that I want to do in the future. If I'm gonna stop in 30 years, I don't wanna start now. I'm a total minimalist. I barely use anything in my room or on the first floor. My life happens entirely inside the house. In school, I didn't take anything extra with me. When I lived alone, it was very simple, like I was a person with no home living inside the house. I tried to hide this part of my personality, so it doesn't come out too much. Today I saw someone eating a dumpling and they were talking about that what kind of flour was used. I searched for that before too. The difference between different types of dumpling, it was very complex. And I hate trying you understand complex things like that. I wonder if other people just let it go, or if they really understand it. When I don't know something, I search for it way too much. Next, when I buy things, I'm so different from others. For example, a phone has many good and bad points for most people. But for me, many of those points don't matter. I might think something has only good point for me, but whenever I buy or try something, it never works out. That really makes me feel down. I think the phone is a good idea because I don't need certain certain features, but then it's totally useless. I don't know why, but I can't trust good deals anymore. Maybe if I look harder, I can find the right thing, but I've decided not to trust them. Back to the animal story. Animals are strange. Animals other than humans have to eat the food in front of them right away because they think they will die if they don't. If in a zoo where they get food every day, they fight over it. It's interesting how they are different from human. If we put food in the same place at the same time every day, animals get more nervous and act strange. Animals have to eat immediately, which means they live with a lot of pressure and I can't see the future. I wonder if the nervous feelings mean they can see the future, but maybe they just remember the habit. If you know food is placed there every day, you act that way. I was watching a baseball game and the pitcher was keeping the score at 0, but his team already had 9 points. If I were the pitcher, I'd be okay with giving up 5 points. It's just a what if. But I felt bad for the pitcher working so hard when they were winning by so much. It felt like a waste. I thought it would be better if those points were saved for a day when they needed them. I know that's not how it works, but if I could stop thinking like that, life would be easier. Now for a silly daydream, I imagined a daughter praising her father, who is a teacher, saying he's genius at teaching. I knew someone like that in real life. I also thought about the girl in a idol group who likes girls. That must be like heaven for her. And she'd never wanna leave. Even without that, it must feel good. In middle school, I felt like I was in a zoo with monkeys because I lived in the countryside. In high school, the person around me finally felt like humans and it felt good. I daydream a lot while watching videos. I saw soy sauce dumpling and thought I liked them much better. But maybe they are better as a finish to a meal rather than the main things. I imagine talking to someone. Some people in their 30s or 40s stay single and play around, while my teacher in school had only over dated one person. I wonder if those people feel jealous of the ones playing around. Biologically, staying with one person is a bit strange for mammals. It doesn't make such sense. But people have different personalities, so maybe there's a right way to live for everyone. It's silly to be jealous. I daydream all the time. Sometimes it's about painful memories, and sometimes it's a daydream while I'm sleepy. I can't tell if I was daydreaming or dreaming. I even forget if a memory is from yesterday or last year, it would be funny if everything I talk about here was a daydream. But of course, some of it is real. I search about brothers and sisters because I'm interested, but it never goes that way. I I think I'm good at things, but I've never thought I was right about it. I think I'm sharp about it. I'm sure there were things like being like the oldest brothers or sister while I was at home. But think about it. You can lose your local way of speaking in a few weeks if you move. So if you leave your home, your personality change quickly. Those things are just on the surface. Real personality comes from your parent. So when I look at celebrity, I never think she act like the oldest sister. I used to be interested in brat type personality. I know there's no proof for it, but I feel like it's often right, especially for type B. But maybe I just wanna believe it. I was daydreaming about my best friend. He asked me to go to the prep school with him in our last year of high school. He was very kind to me. So maybe he saw that we would be both fail our exam. We were both gonna fail. Even though it cost money, he had my only friend. I have other friend. He was my only friend. I have other friend, but he's the only one I really feel good with and wanna be friend with. So maybe going to that school would have been okay. I probably wouldn't have stayed inside. I was thinking about that. I should have thought about it more because I said no right away. Also, I borrowed a manga from that friend and didn't return it. He came to my room and found it. I was thinking about what I should have said. I I should have said, wait a bit. I'll return to it today, and then offered to buy him something later. Later, I want to talk about English pronunciation. I found a new tool and I'm practicing, but it's not going well. In school, I had the best pronunciation in class, but it was Japanese style English. Lately, I've learned that Japanese style English is okay if you know the rules, but after that, I looked at a teaching way called phonics, and Japanese pronunciation is totally different. It's not just similar, it's different things. For example, the F sound and L sound are hard for Japanese people. If just one of them, it's okay, but if one word has both, it's terrible. I didn't notice that. It was a blind spot. If there's only one hard thing you can do if there are two, it's impossible to think about both. I thought that, but the important thing is where you tone it. If the result is the same as the image, it's okay. This is like sports. When I do sports, I usually get it. Instead of being told exactly how to move, I just have an image and it works out. If I think about the angle of angle of my foot, it never works. English is the same. If you think too much and try to fix it, it gets bad. Many people are like that. If you try to fix one thing, another part get strange. Sports players sometimes hurt their bodies like that. Now I'm studying pronunciation, and I found that many people in America say it's this way. It's this way. This is my own way of giving up a little because I want things to be perfect. If I can, I want to find the right answer. But I'll go with this for now since people in many states talk like this. But with this new tool, I listen to many people and not one person said it's that way. That's terrible. I feel like I have to fix it again, even though I already changed it from how I did it in school. Thank you for listening. Please follow this program once again.